As people clean up from Hurricane Ida, a reminder that we are not done with hurricane season. The peak is actually this week. During Ida, power company Entergy says that 2,000 miles of power lines were knocked down.
So why aren't the lines underground? Would that help in storms like this? Consumer investigative reporter Bill McGinty looking into this and how it might affect your power bill.
Yeah, the short answer, Fred and Vanessa, is it's not as easy as it might sound. The idea of putting lines underground sounds like a no-brainer, especially when we see visuals like this. It can take weeks to restore power lines to poles, but would you be willing to foot the bill for burying those lines if it's possible?
Hurricane Ida slammed into the Gulf Coast with winds of 150 miles per hour. The onslaught of storm ripped up the power grid in 3 states, and it'll be several more weeks until people get the lights and the AC back on.
Non-parish is zero power, and they have to do it in a certain way, and there's no other way that they can do it.
So what would it look like if the lines were underground instead of above ground and exposed? How much would it cost? And what are the downsides of it?
That is a question that we are often asked, especially after storms.
Megan Miles is with Duke Energy. The North Carolina Natural Disaster Preparedness Task Force said the ultimate impact on the customer's bill would be 125% increases to underground the lines. And the problem might not totally be solved afterward.
We are in city-provided right-of-way along with other utilities, so just removing our lines and poles that are overhead and placing them underground wouldn't remove all overhead infrastructure.
Duke Energy works on the lines in different parts of the area, making them stronger and more storm-resistant.
And we're installing self-healing equipment that automatically detects outages, isolates it to a certain segment of line, and reroutes power around it. So it will limit the number of customers who are impacted by an outage.
It is a topic for all seasons. Between 2000 and 2011, the annual reliability report noted that 54% of the time, outages were caused by some sort of weather event.
So back to the original question. Would you be willing to double your power bill every month so those lines could be buried and out of sight? Sounds good to have them underground, doesn't it? But that same study noted the overwhelming majority of people polled said no, they don't want to pay for it. Guys,
it's already expensive enough. You know, it's so expensive. It seems like it gets more expensive for who knows what reason.
Right.
Yes, certainly eye-opening, and of course Bill alluded to this too, if it's even possible, you know, to even do that.
Well, there's a lot on those poles. You know, we all think it's just a power pole, but it's really not. So taking the power off the pole and putting it underground only eliminates the power from the pole. It doesn't eliminate the pole and everything else on it. So it may be a solution that's great to talk about, but not so much.